Hello and welcome to Action Theater presents Patriot Games starring Harrison Ford. With me is my co-host, Deleted Scenes. How the heck are you, Deleted Scenes?
Fair to partly cloudy. How about yourself, Bill?
It's very sunny and hot, and actually, check that. It's cloudy with slight chance of rain.
Right on. All right. Well, I want to real quick say hello to the people who have already joined us in chat. Faithful Blue Wrench, the bird woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Cleary. It's going
Hello,
to be on
Connie.
listening mode, and will be joining us here a little bit later on. And stopping by to say hello, Samuel Proctor. He says, on lunch break on my new thrift store job that gets lots of Tom Clancy books very often. Well, congratulations on the new job. Oh, and hello to JPRPH1 who is just joining us. He's at work, leaving a like. Right on. All right. So today's movie, as Bill said, is Patriot Games from 1992. The second of the both the Jack Ryan books and films, even though in the books chronologically it's first. Well, it was chronologically first until Red Rabbit, and we'll be getting into that. And it's the first one with Harrison Ford. He was at that point the only one to play Jack Ryan on screen more than once. And I have actually with me the Blu-ray collection of all 5 films, including Shadow Recruit, which is the only one that is not based on one of the books. It's kind of a prequel. So, yeah. This is an interesting one. You have Jack Ryan in London with his wife Kathy and their daughter Sally. They witness an assassination and/or kidnapping attempt on a member of the royal family. Jack steps in and winds up kind of basically on their hit list. So, yeah, I don't want to give away anything more than that for anybody else who hasn't seen it, but it's a good one, and I'll point out some of the differences between the books and the film. So we got a cast here that includes Ann Archer, Thora Birch, James Earl Jones, Sean Bean, Richard Harris, Polly Walker, Patrick Bergen, Samuel L. Jackson shows up, and many more. Yep. So this is one of those movies where everybody is somebody. So
yeah. As much as we would love to show you here on YouTube, we cannot because we are restricted by the infamous copyright laws owned by the studio. And we're not major players, so we cannot, as much as we absolutely would love to bring these to you live, we can only provide a separate screening room that away from YouTube. Anyway, we do hope you will find a copy and you'll watch along, and you'll enjoy some of our commentary. If you follow us over the screening room now, we will get the film underway. It should be pinned at the top and scrolling around down there at the bottom there. Oh, okay. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. We got the Paramount logo.
I do. Paramount Pictures presents a Mason Neufeld, Robert Remy production. Harrison Ford, Patriot Games.
First introduction of Sean Bean in the film, where I first seen him.
I had seen him previously in a film called Stormy Monday, which was this kind of British gangster film with Tommy Lee Jones, Melanie Griffith, and Sting.
This does have a brilliantly composed music from James Horner.
Mhm. Director of photography is Donald McAlpine, who did Predator.
Have you yourself read on any of the Tom Clancy novels?
I have.
I have
And
not,
this is
but my
okay.
dad is an avid reader of Tom Clancy and often throws me a book or two of that I definitely need to read in the future.
And of course, here's the Ryan home, Peregrine Cliff. And cut to London. We may have lost a goldfish.
Sliding ahead for the dead goldfish.
Damn it.
That's the thing about goldfish. You can feed them a lot, but still, you got to keep their water clean. Too much
Yes, you did.
nitrates in the water will kill them.
And of course, everybody from all of the characters who return from Hunt for Red October are pretty much recast, with the exception of James Earl Jones. He was always Admiral Greer throughout the films.
My third favorite Harrison Ford movies are him playing Jack Ryan in these two films.
Now, in the Patriot Games book, while Ryan is in London, he is researching the book that he was talking about, that he had written in Hunting for Red October, that Ramius read, if you remember that scene. I think every kid does this.
Try to get that guard to blink.
Mm.
I wonder if they would actually get reprimanded if they actually showed like a smile, like a facial expression.
Every once in a while, there'll be a video where, some like really little kid will salute one of the guards and the guard will salute back or something. Nobody throws a big fuss over it or anything. And of course, here's the introduction of our villain. Here's Sean Bean as Sean Miller. Now, in the book, the members of the royal family that the terrorists are trying to assassinate are Charles and Diana and Prince William, who was at that point an infant. Here we go. I wasn't.
At least the bullet went in and went out.
Yeah.
We're currently at our timestamp 13 minutes, 23 seconds.
That they did. David Threlfall. And of course, fans of the movie Kroll will recognize Alan Armstrong. But first, I hadn't realized until now that that shot was sped up. Let me put in my temper, Jimmy boy. Yeah, bring back Doonesbury. Was left leaning, but it was still funny as hell. Back when people had a sense of humor about that sort of thing. Of course, Jeffrey Watkins here, played by Hugh Fraser, who Poirot fans might remember as Captain Hastings. Don't let it go to your head. Well, two actually, but okay. They don't know that.
Well, let's not get technical there, deleted scene.
Yeah, that was one difference between the book and the film. It was
There was only one shot, and Han Solo shot the shot.
yeah, exactly. Actually, yeah.
Period.
Han shot only, bitch. You know.
No McClunky. No McClunky. So yeah.
Maybe a little. Well, no.
I think they got bigger because they're different from before. Yeah, no immaculate conception there. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I'm still wounded from Tuesday, folks.
Valdemar Harkness and Kronos.
What's up, Kronos? I feel you, Mark. Holy cow, we got our carnage count up to 19 already?
Yep.
Ah, the classic Nintendo Game Boy. Spent many hours on the toilet with the Game Boy. Meanwhile, on a ship that's not Exxon Valdez, so. Oh.
Yeah, they showed him the script for Indy 5. Yeah. How not to follow someone 101. Yes. Toodles. No, no, no. You are not in Faster. That was The Rock. I have this completely under control. What? Nope, no, we don't.
Our timestamp is 51 minutes and 42 seconds. Are you right there with us there, deleted?
I am.
All right.
Isn't that looking good for the home team? Pissed off the wrong guy. Also, I am not your father. I prove you're a citizen of Ireland. Oh, there you go then. I'm part Irish. I can joke.
Does that make you entitled or privileged?
Yes. Okay, here we go. Coming soon. Terrorists thought they planned for everything. Now they've taken the wrong set of hostages. Harrison Ford, Bruce Willis, Liam Neeson, and featuring Chris Pine. Give me back my family. All right. You in the chat, my friend.
Excuse me.
You okay, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. You just gonna. Oh. Uh. Yeah. How dare they misgender that?
Love them gingers.
Precisely. Meanwhile, up there's secret African base. And hello, LDG.
Hello, JJ.
New security measures. Sadly, no lasers.
But they do call it an eye for an eye.
Nah. Hiding from the satellite. And hey, Ted Rainey.
Our current timestamp is 1 hour, 12 minutes, 27 seconds. It's there's Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother.
Yeah.
What's this? A gift?
Whoops.
Excuse me. Jolly good. Jolly good. And he won't be reading any books anytime soon.
No.
No more books. No more books for you.
Well, ordinarily, yeah, but Yep. Okay, we won't. Oh, whoopsie. Well, if it isn't the Junior Frogman.
No shells.
Rule number one of special ops: don't work with people who are mentally unbalanced. Rule number two: if mentally unbalanced people are all you can find, reconsider your life choices. Yeah. Whoops. All he's really succeeded in doing is killing his own guys. Really, right? Gets his brother killed, right?
He killed the outboard engine.
He killed Cooley Watkins and now Annette and Kevin. So, all right.
Muzzle tough. Oh shit! It's a
Yep.
boy.
John Patrick Lyon Jr.
My God, 34.
All right, folks, that was Patriot Games, 1992. We shall consult the scrolls. And of course, by
Consult the
scrolls, I
scrolls.
mean IMDb Pro. All right. Patriot Games was released June 5th, 1992. An estimated budget of $45 million, going on to make $178 million worldwide. All right, nominated in 2019 by the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films USA, aka the Saturn Awards, for Best DVD Blu-ray Collection release for the Jack Ryan 5-film collection, which I showed off my copy of earlier. All right. Nominated in 2004, also by the Saturn Awards for the Best DVD Collection for the Jack Ryan Special Edition DVD collection. In 1993, winner of the ASCAP Award, Film and Television Music Awards, top box office films, to James Horner for Best Score. And the Young Artist Awards nominated Thora Birch for Best Young Actress Under 10 in a Motion Picture. All right, there were 38 filming locations: Washington, D.C., El Segundo, California, Rancho Palos Verdes, California for Ryan's house, 920 Scientist Cliff Road, Port Republic, Maryland for Ryan's house, the aerial view, Brawley, California, which served for the desert camp, on location in Belgrave Square, Belgravia, Westminster, Greater London, England, UK. The Reading and Writing Room, 1 Whitehall Place, Westminster, Greater London, England, UK, for the Royal Naval College Lecture Hall. The Beverly Vista Middle School, 200 South Elm Drive, Beverly Hills, California. Indian Head Elementary School exterior, where Kathy picks up Sally. The Queen of Angels Hospital, 2301 Bellevue Avenue, Los Angeles, California, USA, the hospital where Kathy and Sally are taken. On location in Piccadilly, Mayfair, Westminster, Greater London, England. Some of these repeat, that's why I'm scrolling through. Surrey Street, Aldrich, Westminster, Greater London. Aldrich, Westminster, Greater London. The Isle of Dogs, London, Greater London, England, UK. King William Walk, Greenwich, London, Greater London, England, UK. the 105 freeway in Los Angeles, California for the car chase, the Aldwych Underground Railway Station, Surrey Street, Aldwych, Westminster, Greater London, England, UK, Annapolis, Maryland, and Arundel County, Maryland, Burlington Arcade, Piccadilly, Mayfair, Westminster, Greater London, England, UK for the bookshop. On location at CIA headquarters, Langley, Virginia. On location, Calvert County, Maryland. Canary Wharf, Isle of Dogs, London, Greater London, England, UK, the scene of Miller's escape. Imperial County, California. Mission Bay, San Diego, California. Morro Bay, California. Old Royal Naval College, King William Walk, Greenwich, London, Greater London, England, UK, the college where Ryan gives the lecture and standing in for Buckingham Palace. Pinewood Studios, Pinewood Road, Ivor Heath, Ivor, Buckinghamshire, England, UK. And the U.S. Naval Academy, 121 Blake Road, Annapolis, Maryland, USA. All right, on to trivia. There are 87 items in all. Try to get through as many of them as I can. All right. Alec Baldwin bowed out of this film when production was pushed back from 1991 to 92. He had already committed to doing a revival of A Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway and told then Paramount president Brandon Tartikoff to either work around him or find someone else to play Ryan. Harrison Ford was then approached to play Ryan in this movie after having turned down the role in The Hunt for Red October because he felt the script was more focused on Captain Ramius than on Jack Ryan. Although this film is a sequel to The Hunt for Red October, the action of the original novels was in the opposite order. Presumably the change was made because Harrison Ford is older than Alec Baldwin. The country in North Africa in which the IRA train is never named, although a map of the camps is shown, and they are clearly in Libya. The novel had the Prince and Princess of Wales and their baby, who at that point Prince William, as the target of the attempted kidnapping. The line, "There's never been a terrorist attack on American soil," was included in trailers for the movie. However, it was left out of the theatrical release because it sounded too much like an invitation or a dare. And unfortunately, now no longer true. The dual beeping sound effect of Jack Ryan's EKG was also used in The Hunt for Red October as the sound of the USS Dallas' sonar tracking the Red October. Patrick Malahide was cast in a feature role, but had to pull out because of dates clashing with a television film on which he was working at the same time. Richard Harris was an 11th hour casting choice, as he replaced an unknown actor who had to drop out. The room number at the beginning of the film where Jack Ryan is staying is 713. Harrison Ford's birthday is 713. Some actors refused parts in this movie because of the way it depicted the Troubles. Author Tom Clancy disassociated himself from the production after reading the first draft of the script. Paramount yanked all of their advertising out of Variety when one of the magazine's film critics, Joseph McBride, called the film, quote, fascistic, blatantly anti-Irish, a right-wing cartoon. Variety's editor Peter Bart privately sided with Paramount's boycott, calling McBride unprofessional. Bart was subsequently embarrassed when his letter criticizing one of his reviews and supporting a studio censorship was leaked to the press. The Los Angeles Film Critics Association and the National Society of Film Critics then publicly lambasted Bart for his, quote, dismaying treatment of one of his members of staff, saying, and again I quote, "The question is not whether any responsible critic is right or wrong, but whether any responsible critic must be muted so as not to offend an advertiser or bruise a handful of tender egos." James Fox replaced his brother, Edward Fox, as Lord Holmes. The name of Patty O'Neill, the IRA spokesman played by Richard Harris, is taken from the name used by the IRA organization to sign all statements originating from them, P. O'Neill. Tom Watt claims that he got his part because it amused director Philip Noyce that an actor named Watt was auditioning for the role of an electrician. James Horner, who, like many composers, often reuses his own material, borrows part of his score from Aliens in scoring this film, specifically the key elements of resolution and hyperspace from the Aliens 1986 soundtrack appear in this movie. It is the music while Ryan and the others watch the SAS attack on the Libyan training camp. That music itself heavily echoes Dmitri Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony. Kenneth Griffith turned down the part of the Lord Justice. In The Hunt for Red October, during the initial briefing with the Joint Chiefs, Dr. Ryan exclaims, "You son of a bitch." After a moment of thoughtfulness, he does the same thing in this movie during the discussion after he joins the terror assessment team. In addition, with a dash of subtle humor, both scenes have someone saying, "What?" after Ryan's exclamation. This Ryan catchphrase was abandoned in the subsequent Jack Ryan movies. In the film, the raid on the terrorist camp is carried out by the SAS. However, in the book, it is carried out by French special forces. The title is a reference to an Irish ballad called The Patriot Game, which is a popular song within the nationalist movement. So far, it is the only R-rated Jack Ryan and Tom Clancy film. Even The Hunt for Red October only received a PG, while all later films never went above PG-13. James Earl Jones is the only recurring cast member from The Hunt for Red October. Gates McFadden made a brief appearance as Catherine Ryan in The Hunt for Red October during a season when she had been written out of Star Trek The Next Generation. By the time this film was in production, she had rejoined the regular cast and was unavailable to return for her role. Mary McDonnell was considered for the role, but was also unavailable. Ann Archer was subsequently cast. Jack Ryan is a history professor and CIA analyst. Harrison Ford's other popular character, Indiana Jones, is a college professor and former OSS agent. Harrison Ford, Samuel L. Jackson, and James Earl Jones have all appeared in the Star Wars saga. Ford as Han Solo, Jackson as Mace Windu, and Jones is the voice of Darth Vader. Jackson's first outing as Mace Windu was in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which also featured Keira Knightley, who would play Catherine Ryan, and Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit, a.k.a. the Chris Pine one. Although they were in the first three Star Wars films, this is the first time Harrison Ford and James Earl Jones have worked together. In Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, Ford worked on set with David Cross, while Jones recorded all of his lines in post-production. Hugh Fraser worked 9 weeks on the film, which is a little amazing seeing as he's in so little of the movie. Kind of makes you wonder where he was for those other 9 weeks. The film depicts Jack Ryan as a history professor at the U.S. Naval Academy. In The Hunt for Red October, Ryan says he wrote a book about Admiral William F. Bull Halsey. Richard Harris's son, Jared Harris, married James Fox's niece, Amelia Fox, in 2005. When Ryan returns to the CIA and is being shown his workplace, a sheet posted on one of the cubicles reads, "Please do not feed the agents." Due to Harrison Ford's replacing Alec Baldwin, the age of Jack Ryan had to be changed from 35 to 50. The cadence being sung at the beginning of the Annapolis scenes may be a common Marine Corps cadence, mission top secret, destination unknown. But this cadence is derived from a common Army airborne cadence, C-130. The reference parachuting gives this away. All U.S. military personnel with parachute training go to the U.S. Army Airborne School. Near the beginning of the film, as Ryan and his wife are kissing their hotel bed, she reminds him that he's supposed to be working on his speech for the Royal Military Academy. Ryan replies that he will wing it. The next day at the Academy, as he is making his speech, a very brief shot of Ryan's notebook shows a blank page, indicating that he is in fact winging it. As Ryan is leaving the Annapolis Academy, he crosses the street immediately in front of the main gate, which is signposted as Hanover Street. Harrison Ford and Hugh Fraser starred in the World War II drama Hanover Street. Jack Ryan's house on the ocean with the circular driveway was used as Colonel Hayes Hodges' father's house in Rules of Engagement. His father, H. Lawrence Hodges, was played by Philip Baker Hall, who later played the Secretary of Defense in The Sum of All Fears. Jack Ryan refers to his wife as Catherine when speaking to Lord Holmes, but her first name in the novels is Carolyn. This is probably to avoid confusion because her nickname is Kathy, usually a nickname for women named Catherine. When Ryan and the CIA analysts are analyzing satellite imagery, the analysis program is very similar to the ESPER system in Blade Runner. Early in the film, when Ryan gives a lecture at the Royal Naval Academy in London, he tells the audience, in this volatile climate, we can only speculate on the future of Soviet fleet development. In the foreground, a blueprint of the Soviet submarine Red October appears on the computer screen, establishing Ryan's link to the Hunt for Red October. Emily at the beginning of the film was inspired by a similar true-life attempt to kidnap Princess Anne on March 20th, 1974. She was in her car when a man shot her guard and driver. She was subsequently helped by a passerby who attacked the criminal and saved her. The film takes place from January to March 1992. Alan Armstrong, who played Owens, is said to be embarrassed by his involvement with the film. Gareth Hunt, Nicholas Ball, Tom Chadbon, Tom Adams, Jeff Rowell, Kenneth Cranham, Timothy Spall, and Donald Sumter were all once considered for the role of Owens. Pete Postlethwaite was offered the role of Owens, but he was working on another film at the time. Former Doctor Who, Sylvester McCoy, was considered for the role of Dennis Cooley. Alec Baldwin and director John McTiernan had expressed interest in adapting Clear and Present Danger immediately after The Hunt for Red October, but a producer had already obtained the rights to Patriot Games. Sean Bean and Hugh Fraser starred together in many of the Sharp installments. John McTiernan was originally attached to direct, but departed when Alec Baldwin dropped out. He moved on to Medicine Man, which reunited him with Sean Connery, the star of the franchise's prior film, The Hunt for Red October. The servo sound used when zooming in and out of the photos is actually that of the moving head of a floppy disk drive. Alec Baldwin had been offered $4 million to reprise his role as Jack Ryan. During the shooting of the climactic fight scene between Ryan and Miller on the boat, Harrison Ford accidentally injured Sean Bean by a blow with the boat hook, leaving a bleeding cut. The resulting scar was later used for Bean's title character in Sharp, enhanced by makeup. In this 1992 movie, there are 3 British actors who went on to play recurring roles in the Sharp movie series from 1993 to 97. Sean Bean, of course, played Sharp. Hugh Fraser, who played Watkins, was Lord Wellington from Sharp's company in 1994. And Hugh Ross, who plays Barrister Atkins, Miller's defense counsel, is Mungo Monroe, Wellington's chief spy in Sharp's battle and Sharp's sword in 1995. All 3 of them only have one scene together, the court scene. Hugh Fraser and Polly Walker, who played Annette, had earlier appeared in Agatha Christie's Poirot episode Peril at End House. Patrick Bergen played O'Donnell. Alex Norton, who was Dennis Cooley, had appeared a year earlier in John Irvin's Robin Hood alongside James Fox's brother, Edward Fox. Included among the American Film Institute's 2001 release of, 2001 list of 400 movies nominated for the top 100 most heart-pounding American movies. The scene where Miller is rescued by the IRA was heavily criticized. There's no way a convicted high-profile IRA terrorist would be taken to prison without an armed escort. In reality, he would have been flown to prison by an armored helicopter with an escort of police officers armed with submachine guns. Geography, not a goof. The house depicted as the Ryans on the cliffs is, in fact, about 40 miles south of Annapolis and located on the Scientist's Cliff area of the famous Calvert Cliffs, located on the Chesapeake Bay. This body of water can appear large and ocean-like at this location, as the opposite shore is extremely flat and the nearest point is over 10 miles away to the east, so would not be visible on the horizon. The viewpoint in the movie would have made it look like you could not see the opposite shore of the bay. Okay. The catchy Irish jig being played in the pub when Ryan enters to confront Patty O'Neill generated interest among viewers who could not find a reference in the end credits. It's not an actual traditional song. It was created by LA-based singer-songwriter Ken O'Malley, specifically for the movie, loosely based on the melody of the song Irish Soldier Laddie, with the bridge changed to the main melody. Nor is the band a real one, although formed by actual musicians. According to Richard Cook, the tin whistle player in that scene, the band was a pickup band put together for that one gig. The musicians got together a couple of days before the shooting and learned it by ear, as there was no sheet music, and recorded it in the studio the day before the shoot. The recording was played back with cameras rolling and they lip synced to it. The East Coast Irish pub, where Ryan confronts Patty O'Neill, named the Patriot in the movie, is actually Molly Malone's Irish pub on Fairfax Avenue, Los Angeles. Richard Harris had, in The Guns of Navarone, portrayed the character Squadron Leader Barnsby with brief screen time. That role later expanded for the sequel when the character was played by Harrison Ford in Force 10 from Navarone. Ford's co-stars in that film included Robert Shaw, the castmate of Harris and Robin and Marion, and Edward Fox, other James Fox's cast in this film, as we've said. And that tells Sean Bean's character that Americans hold their breath every time a little girl falls down a pipe in the backyard. She is referring to the case of baby Jessica, an 18-month-old baby that fell down a drilling pipe in Midland, Texas in 1987. All of America paid attention to this on TV until she was safely rescued. At the end of the scene where Jack Ryan is giving his lecture at the Academy prior to the terrorist attack, you can see the statue of Oliver Cromwell in the foreground behind the audience. This is a bit of foreshadowing about the villains being Irish, due to Cromwell's campaign in Ireland during the 17th century, where he led armies to subdue the Irish Catholic population. This had ramifications into the 20th century when the IRA was formed for Irish independence, and later terrorist attacks across the UK between the 1970s and 1990s. Paramount wanted Rennie Harlin to direct, but he didn't want to do sequels and didn't like the script. At the insistence of the studio, Harlin agreed to meet actor Alec Baldwin. Harlin later speculated that their meeting could have been one of the reasons why Baldwin dropped out of the film. In 2011, Alec Baldwin claimed in his column that he was replaced because Paramount owed money to, quote, a very famous movie star, supposedly Harrison Ford, for a canceled film project, supposedly Night Ride Down. Baldwin also accused studio executive David Paul Kirkpatrick of engineering the move by demanding an open-ended clause for his contract, which Baldwin couldn't accept due to his commitment to play A Street Named Desire. In a response in his blog, Kirkpatrick said that Baldwin refused to approve the script, leading to his withdrawal from the film. The lack of trust was also a major factor, considering that the contract negotiations with Baldwin had already drawn out for almost a year. In Ryan's speech at the Academy, he refers to the Soviet Navy. While he acknowledged the changing times, the Soviet Union had all but dissolved by the end of the year 1991. Despite being an American production, when playing Monopoly with the family in London, a correct UK version of the board game is clearly being used. Okay. When Jack Ryan is playing Monopoly and loses to his daughter by landing on a £1,200 rent hotel, in the UK, this has to be the red property, Trafalgar Square, but his counter is not on that part of the board. The Ryans are staying in the Hotel Suite 713 in London, given that the first number normally denotes floor level. This is unlikely, as London at this time had close to 0 hotels with 7 or more floors, buildings of this height being typically private or social housing flats or student accommodation. And hello to Cody Guy.
Son of a bitch, I did not realize I was muted.
Oh, okay.
I've been talking this whole time and I've been not.
Oh, were you?
Muted.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I gotta pull up about for next week's movies. You might want to put it up on your end.
Okay. What is the poll?
Last Samurai. You have your choice of Last Samurai or Top Gun Maverick.
All right. Okay, that poll is now up in my chat. Which will it be, The Last Samurai or Top Gun Maverick? Vote now. All right, I'm going to wrap up with the last few words at the end here. After the initial shooting, when the ambulance, presumably carrying Ryan, moves away from the camera, one of the following cars has a license plate that reads A. Brat. Although the B is probably the number 8. Viacom tried to adapt the novel as a miniseries for ABC in the 1980s, but lawsuits prevented it. Ironically, they would later purchase Paramount in 1994. They have since renamed themselves Paramount Global. In the novel, Ryan does not kill Miller. After Miller is subdued, Ryan is about to shoot him, but then notices Miller's eyes are filled with fear. This makes Ryan think Miller is human after all and changes his mind. In one of the following novels, The Sum of All Fears, it is mentioned that Miller's accomplices were executed 3 weeks prior to the events of the novel. After years of exhausting every legal opportunity, demonstrations, and appeals to the governor of Maryland and the president for executive clemency. But that would be a little boring to do on film, so we got what we got. Oh, by the way, for anybody who has read the Patriot Games novel, if someone could explain to me who the hell Breckenridge shot on the bridge, I would appreciate knowing who that was. Because I always thought it was O'Donnell, but if he got executed with Miller, then who got killed on the bridge? Somebody please let me know. All right. The original ending had Jack Ryan and Sean Miller fighting on large rocks in the middle of the stormy sea and Miller eventually drowning. Test audiences were not excited by this conclusion, so the new ending of the speedboat fight was filmed. At the end of the film, Dr. Zalian calls with information on Kathy Ryan's pregnancy. The name is a tribute to screenwriter Steven Zalian, who did an uncredited rewrite on this film. During the final scene in the kitchen, Jack opens the refrigerator door. On the door is a list of potential names for their next child. Under the heading of girls are the names Samuel and Jackson. This is weird. Samuel L. Jackson plays Robbie Jackson in this film. The name of the... Oh, okay. Yeah, we did that already. Okay. No, wait, hold on. The name of the bar where Ryan confronts the IRA leader is the Patriot, which is also the code name terrorism case Jack Ryan is working on at the CIA. In one scene where Jack Ryan is preparing breakfast for his daughter Sally, he asks her if she would like toast or toast. Later on in Clear and Present Danger, Sally asks her younger brother this exact same question while she prepares him breakfast. The cut above Sean Miller's left eye in the climactic fight with Jack Ryan was the real thing. When the IRA are coming to kill Kevin O'Donnell, he is watching the music video for Clannad's theme from Harry's Game on his television. This song was made for the television series Harry's Game, which is also about the Troubles, and some of the footage in the music video was taken from the series. Body count 35. I counted 34, so I missed somebody. The ship shown in the film after Sean Miller escapes from England to travel to the camp in the desert is the Ergenstrasse, which is from the Sea Chase, which I think had Roger Moore in it, if I remember. Tom Clancy objected to some of the changes made to his novel in the screenplay. In the novel, the noble that Ryan saves is, in fact, King Charles III. In the tabloid reports of trouble in his marriage to Princess Diana is portrayed largely as the fabrication of a biased media. Subsequently, such reports would prove to be correct. The novel ends not with Miller's death, but with his capture by American authorities. He was captured originally in England, which has no death penalty, but finally captured in the United States, which does. Clancy felt that having him die in action robbed the story of this contrast. In the last scene, Sally is asked if she's had enough while an empty bowl of oatmeal is shown. Thora Birch used to do the Quaker Oats commercials. In the novel, Officer Hyland survives the execution attempt when Miller's being rescued. Oh, and spoiler alert, he takes out Watkins at the end of the book. When O'Donnell frees Miller from police custody, he says, Conas etatu, which is an Irish phrase meaning, how are you? In his DVD commentary, director Philip Noyce states that the scene in which IRA hitman tries to assassinate Jack Ryan outside Annapolis was originally longer, with Ryan putting up more of a fight than he ultimately does. It was Harrison Ford who asked for the scene to be changed, as he felt it wasn't very plausible for the middle-aged Ryan to overpower someone half his age and in much better shape. Although, ironically, many of Ford's action-oriented roles in the latter half of his career have him doing exactly that. All right, enough of my yakking. That is it for the trivia page on IMDb Pro for Patriot games. The scrolls are now closed. All right, how's the poll going?
Looks like Last Samurai is in the lead. We got 5 votes, and we got 60% for The Last Samurai versus 20% for Top Gun Maverick.
All right. And on my channel, after 4 votes, The Last Samurai in a landslide.
Shall we call it an end of the polls?
Let's call it. All right, folks. Next week, The Last Samurai.
Yeah. We do have Western cinema coming up on Sunday. John Wayne, Red River. That's an old school John Wayne movie. One of his first ones.
Indeed. And that will be on 4 p.m. on Sunday. All right. So, Bill, what do you have coming up?
Just that and karaoke, and then the onslaught for next week. Oh, I probably might do a House of Dragon season 2, episode 1. I'm probably thinking about doing a watch along for that.
I'm sorry. Which one was that?
The House of Dragon season 2, episode 1.
Oh, okay.
That's this Sunday. Shoot, is this Sunday Father's Day? Father's Day is this month, isn't it? Yes.
It's. All right. So, coming up for myself, I am, of course, going to have my weekend update tentatively scheduled for 11:35. I may have to push that back a bit. We'll see, because I'm waiting until after Thursday things is over, and they might be running a little late this evening. So stay tuned, but the show will go on. And of course, I am going to be joining Troy Pacelli tomorrow night for his monetization celebration. And there are going to be some special guests, which I have been sworn to secrecy on. So you're going to have to watch the show. But I am going to be there. Also, I don't know if I'm going to be doing unscripted on Sunday or not. Because what I'm trying to decide, and maybe kind folks can help me out on that, next Thursday, next week, will be my birthday. So, my question is, should I do a birthday show on Sunday? Or should I wait and do it on the actual day?
Yeah, I would
After
do
which I'll let everybody know.
the actual day, but you should run that on your committee tab. Run a poll on your committee tab and find out.
Indeed. Connie says actual day. Okay.
Yeah, I posted the link for our
Yes,
brother
indeed.
warrior, Bobby, his family. We're so close. We're so close, everybody. We're so close to the goal. If you could give $1, $2, $5, let's help Clobbering and his family. There were such beautiful stories. I really got choked up just listening to them all and seeing everybody come together in this community for our friend.
Yeah.
He was a great YouTuber. He was so big in this community and he will be forever missed. And yeah, this Sunday is Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So let's continue to support a true pillar, a true brother warrior in this community. I only have one thing to say. Always be excellent to each other and always live long and prosper. And it's always clobbering time.
All right. I would like to thank everyone who joined us today in the chat. Connie Cleary, JPRPH1, Cody Guy, Mark Harkness, Putin's Cat, Samuel Proctor, LDG, Kronos, did I say JPRPH1?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. I'd like to thank everybody who is going to follow along with the replay. Please remember to, of course, use your own copy. Or I'm sure this is streaming on Tubi somewhere, I'm sure. or Fandango at home, one or the other. That's usually a pretty good place to find a lot of these movies. We lost a good friend this week, but he would want the show to go on. And that's what we're going to do. We will be back Sunday for Western Cinema Presents Red River. From HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong, because this is how we win.